let's come to uses Tutu, because the first two speakers were speaking a lot about having a plan and sticking to that, and a lot of people do not know that actually you are a journalist that has worked, yeah, a journalist, a high court bayamazi. Some people have actually, doing book reviews, would I would call become spoilers with regards to your literature, because they like using the term, just be ready for trigger warnings before you jump into this literature. So one could not but want, in your sharing of your journey, if you may please kindly allow us a peek into the relationship between some of the cases that also you have set in as a journalist, and what you have heard. For example, if you've read The Mess, it has that wine glass. Yo, hey, okay. And now I'm becoming a spoiler. So if you could just share with us how you got into the literature space. You have lost count of the books that you have written, where you are at, how your background in journalism has contributed to that, as we reflect on the impact that the arts have shaped the woman, the queen, the writer that you are. A round of applause, please, for Sister.
Sanbonan. Igama lami Dudu Busani-Dube. I am originally from KwaZulu Natal, from Durban, KwaMashu. Uh, yeah, lab. I am a journalist by profession. I worked as a journalist for about 15 years before I left in 2018, and just focused on writing and being a publisher, and just the book business as a whole. So I, yeah, I have 7 formal books, and I do also have a couple of ebooks, which are shorter, which are called telenovelas, that are not published on paper. I think I have 3 of those. So in total, I have about 9 books. Ne? Yeah, I don't know maths. I'm a creative, so I have 9 books in total. I also had 3 of my books adapted into a Showmax telenovela, the Wife. I am. So I am self-published, which basically means that I own my work, all of it. Um, yeah, my copyrights, my intellectual property, all of it. It's yeah, well, it's one of the things that I encourage. It's very hard. It's not doable. Maybe I make it look easy, but it's very hard to just be in charge of your, because you need a lot of other people for you to create proper work. But it's something that I hope every one of us, every creative, from writers to musicians to, every creator, it's something that they can eventually be able to do, to have their name on their work. So that is me. So you asked about how my work influenced, how my work as a journalist influenced my writing. So it made it very well. I studied journalism because I was going to be a writer. I was going to write a book. So journalism was the closest thing to writing. And I also came from a township school, Emlazi, Evukzake. It was a good school, but there were things that were not we were not exposed to as much as I would have been if I had been like in a different school. So I didn't know that I could go to varsity and study creative writing. So journalism was the closest thing to writing that I could study. So I studied it, and when I was there, I really worked. My I really worked hard in that industry as well. So I had a bit. I was a bit journalist, so I wrote just the high-profile court cases and anything that has to do with justice. So I didn't write about you guys. That was not that was not my bit. It was not in the lifestyle and arts thing. So I wrote about if there's a serial killer in South Africa, I know them. I covered their trial. If there's a, and we're in Northwest, I also did the Marikana Commission as a whole. It was a very hard and painful commission, very hard and painful process. So yes, about Ananias Mat, about Banban. So I know them all. I covered all their trials, and so it did. I think that is why I can write violence very well and still just sleep well at night, so that it doesn't. I don't lose any sleep. I think that's why I can describe violence in that. I mean, I had 10 years of just listening to it and just ending up totally fearing human beings, because you don't know what human beings are capable of until you face somebody who's done something that is despicable. So it did. My books are not, they're not romance. They if somebody finds something romantic in them, I'd say they're just really ghetto romantic. They don't have flowers and it's taxi drivers and all of that. So agnama roses and all of that. So they're about family. They are about black people, black money, black family, black love, black issues, challenges, and all of that, and culture, and very much about culture, about coming of age, and all of those things. So my experience as a journalist, as somebody who dealt with people directly face to face, kind of really helped me in just reflecting the society in words, in a book. So I write better than I speak. I don't speak a lot. So it was that is just how I think my stories are so relatable. Everybody could find themselves. They could find their drunk uncle. They could find their thug aunt in the books. You find your mother-in-law. You find your father. It's everybody is sort of there. I think that's because I do know people, and I understand society because of my career as a journalist.